Hey guys, it's Florida Aquaman. I got another one for you guys today. We're gonna go dive the bridge, and Eleanor is gonna go along for the ride, and Atlas is gonna stay home. But first we gotta get the boat all loaded up in the water, so I'll give you guys a tour real quick, because I know you guys love seeing this place. We got all our gear loaded up, ready to go. And we got our own little boat ramp there, so we're gonna throw that big boat in. So we're gonna catch this incoming tide. We got really good conditions today. Look at that. It's literally been rainy and cloudy the last 2 days. That's why Eleanor's coming, because she only dives when it's really nice out and sunny, right?
Otherwise, yeah, I need to be able to see.
Yeah, so I've been diving the last couple days. It's been super cloudy, but it's still a good time. But it's definitely a big difference when we have a nice sunny, warm day. You can see a lot better. So we're gonna head that way. The tide is around 10 o'clock, 10 to 10:15. It's a ballpark, it's not an exact science. So we're gonna get there early so we can get all our gear ready, get everything ready, get her all set, because she's gonna take a lot longer than me. You know, women normally, so you gotta get there a little bit early.
I'm a pro.
And we'll head that way.
Like a little chatty catty.
I should be a chatty catty?
Is that how you call it? Are we gonna cook the lobsters too?
Yeah.
Is there anything else we should know about diving that you haven't told them?
If you're wondering how deep it is, it's 13 feet right here on the transducer, so it's probably 15 by the time it hits the bottom of the boat. Make sure you got somebody zip up your suit, okay? So these guys are jumping into her early. Watch.
Why do you say that?
So if you guys watch my video, they're jumping in too early. And if you are gonna jump in early, you should be anchored way out there so you kind of drift in. Just FYI. I didn't know if you were coming. We passed you, so.
Yeah. Good morning.
Hi.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm gonna give it a couple minutes.
Yeah.
We got a lot of competition today, but you know what they don't got? They don't got Florida Aquaman. So, all right, let's get this squared away.
Party started.
We're getting. By the time you get your stuff on, we're gonna be good to go. All right, let's get your stuff on. How you doing, princess? See if you guys can guess what profession I used to do. by this.
I would not guess.
You guess? You'd have to do it to know what it is.
That's true. I would have not guessed.
So you can see how gracefully Eleanore entered the water. So all I'm doing is making sure her ear is cleared, getting her on the bottom, getting her all situated. And she's trying to catch up here. And we are just following the anchor line. And you can see the anchor is not set. So that's why you guys always have to check your anchor. Just shove it in the dirt real good. And we got our first lobster here. So I'm kind of giving Eleanore a little hand, let her do her thing. So watch her go. So she's got a good hold on it. And I'm just giving her a hand getting out of the net because this is the part that definitely takes the longest. And we don't have forever on the bottom because of the tide. You know, we're limited to about an hour max dive at the bridge, and that's pushing it. So we're going to see if this one makes it. Just measuring the carapace has to be 3 inches, and you can see that gauge falls. So that lobster is no good. So this is a molt of a lobster, and you can see it's basically just his exoskeleton. What they do is they molt and they shed it as they grow. So pretty cool to see. Eleanor's just messing around with some lobster under the rock, and I seen these really, really big tarpon in the distance, so I kind of wanted to get a close-up on them. This video does not do these tarpon justice. If you look, one that comes across the screen that I point at right there is every bit of 150 pounds-ish. He's around there. I mean, he was massive. I wish the camera did justice, but unfortunately it didn't. So Eleanore bought a new mask, and you know how new masks are? They always fog up till you get them all worked in. So we actually put anti-fog in here, but it's still fogged up. So I'm giving her a little technique. Put a little water on it, and you just give a quick shake, and that clears it. Quick shake. And you can see the mask is almost clear. She can see a lot better. There's nothing worse than a foggy mask. Right, Eleanore?
Yes.
And then we're just going to clear the water out of the bottom. Is all you do is lift the mask a little bit and blow your nose, and you're good to go. So back to lobstering. So this is actually under the old bridge. This is the very bottom of it. And what happens is it gets little ledges and it gets washed out from the tide, and it makes nice little holes for these lobster to just sit in. And you can see this lobster is actually a softie. When I grab him, his shell is very soft. You can see it's almost like a sponge. And they do this when they molt, like I showed you before in the previous clip of that shell. So that lobster just recently crawled out of his shell. So I'm just showing her, saying, hey, we got our keeper. Stuff them in the bag and check these ones out. There was a couple more sitting under the bridge, but they look questionable on the size. So I kind of tickled them out to see how big he was. And unfortunately, he looks a little short, but Eleanore wanted to jump the gun. And look at that behind Eleanore. That's never a good feeling when somebody points behind you when you're in the water because you don't know what's behind you. So, but it was just a tarpon, so. Just checking under the bridge again, seeing what else is under there. Got another lobster that's crawled up there. We'll give him a quick measure, see what size he is. He looks questionable. And he doesn't make the cut. Under the bridge he goes unharmed, so he can grow bigger for next time. So here's some more video of the tarpon. It was super cool. There was a bunch of them, and they were some big boys. And if you look, that's actually a Cubera snapper that's swimming across the screen, and there's a big Jewfish in the background you can see. Some spadefish on the right. Pretty cool. And we're basically underneath between the new bridge and the old bridge. We're basically going straight down the center. So what I'm doing here is Eleanor hasn't lobstered too much, so I'm trying to show her a little bit of the technique, what you want to do. You guys can learn a lot from this. So what you want to do is you want to get that net behind the lobster, because the lobster is always going to kick backwards. Eleanor was putting the net on top of the antennas, so I was kind of showing her, and as I was showing her, he kind of escaped. So I had to grab him by hand here, and I made a football catch, and he almost got away, but I got my hands on him, so. And after all that work, I would hope he was a keeper, so we're going to throw him on the gauge, double check, because you have to legally measure every lobster underwater. That is the law. You actually have to have a gauge when you're diving. If you try to do this with no gauge and you get pulled over, even if all your lobsters are keepers, that's still a ticket, so something to keep in mind. So she thinks I want her to gauge the lobster, but I kind of wanted to hold it so that way she knows how to take them out of the net, because I was taking them out of the net for her. Because handling them is definitely a skill set, the way you hold them, because they can really sneak out between your hands if you don't get a good grip on them. You can watch, these lobster are escape artists. You watch them in the net, how they maneuver, they are like little torpedoes, so. And you see, look at that. Looks like an alien, that lobster, doesn't he? So I took it back. I didn't want her to hold it too long because I didn't want her to drop it, you know. I wanted that lobster for lunch. So we're still under the old bridge here in this video. You can see how it's more shaded. And there's a nice grouper. I believe it was a black or a gag. I'm not sure. Probably a black, because those are more common. Yeah, I think it's a black. Looks like a black grouper. And I really wanted to net them. I was giving it a try here. But they're a little bit too smart for that. Another black grouper I was just messing with. So we got a nice little coral head here, and I'm just tickling them out for Eleanor. She's on the other side. We're kind of working as a team. And you can see, like I said, you always want the net behind the lobster. She's got it in front of it. That's not ideal technique, but you know, sometimes it works. And you can see it definitely worked this time. So once they start kicking in that net, you want to get a hold of them, because they will shoot out the bottom sometimes. And that net definitely helps. It makes a huge, huge difference. You definitely want a net. Nice lobster there. Just makes the cut. Letting Eleanor know we got a good lobster. And into the catch bag he goes. So we're starting to run a little low on air here. I believe I had about 1,000 PSI, so I kind of wanted to know where the boat was. So I am going up one of the bridge pilings. And the reason I do that is because I'm off the boat quite a bit. I don't want a boat, even if you're right on the boat, it really doesn't matter. A boat can come underneath the bridge, you know, but if you're on the piling, it's less likely they're going to hit the piling, because you got basically something protecting you. So that's why I always go up the pilings, check where the boat is at. You guys definitely want to do that if you go on the weekend or a busy time. You don't want to just pop up when boats are flying by. That's a good way to get hit. So we're headed towards the boat, following the bridge, and there's a couple cracks in the limestone here, and there's some lobster in them. So we pick up a few more. Really, really nice lobster here. There's actually another one right next to it. So I'm going to let Eleanor get that one. Now the current really started to rip, so it's not slack tide anymore. It started switching, so we were having trouble staying on the bottom. So I was kind of telling Eleanor, go ahead, grab onto the rock and just hang on to the bottom for a little bit. This lobster just made the cut, giving her a high five, because she picked that one out, and I guess she didn't want to hold it, so shoved another one in the bag. We're starting to get a bag full of lobster here, so what I'm showing her here is there's a little technique to doing the tickling. You actually, it's almost like you're tickling. That's why I call it a tickle stick. If you can see how I'm bouncing the stick, you have to bounce them. You got to kind of finesse them to come out. If you just take that stick and you just sweep them with it, they don't really come out. You kind of want to vibrate them, and that makes them come out. There's definitely a little technique to it. So I'm letting her do it, and this lobster's being stubborn. He doesn't want to come out. I'm just backing her up, because you can see how he's making a dust cloud in the hole. And usually when they do that, when they come out of the hole, they'll shoot out or they'll move quick. So you can see he came out. And Eleanor's messing with her mask again because it probably fogged up. And we got another nice little lobster. Another one on the way to the boat. Just manhandled. Yanked him right out, no net. And this guy's giving me a hard time. He's using his antennas to fight that gauge. But we got another nice keeper. So there's the anchor line. You can see, watch how fast we're going. We are not kicking. That is the current pushing us. Alright, so we finished up our dive. I want to show you guys, look how much the current is ripping now. So you can see this is definitely current dependent diving this bridge, but I'll show you my rig. Basically what I got a hard pack here. I got a pressure gauge, a real cheap reg, and then for my weight, show you guys what I keep on. I got about 8 pounds of weight. I got my dive knife there in case I get tangled up in a rope or net. There's a lot of stuff down there. I actually got hooked in one of the videos, if you watch one of my old videos. So always dive the bridge, always have some type of cutting utensil. I got my safety sausage, which basically goes up 6 feet in the air, so if I drift out in the ocean, I can signal boats. Good thing to have, just a safety thing. And then obviously I got my lobster bag. And I'll show you guys these lobsters. And you can see, I'll show you guys, it's around the new moon. So look at this lobster right here. I'm gonna show you. See, I can take my thumb and look.
Oh, that's a soft shell.
See how that shell is soft? Throw him in there. But if you look at this one, see how I can't push that? When I was diving, I showed you guys those shells on the bottom. You thought they were dead lobster. That's actually them molting. So what they do is, they got no internal skeleton. This is their exoskeleton, and they molt just like crabs. So as they get bigger, they crawl out of the shell, they get soft, and then they keep doing that. They keep molting. And they usually molt around the moons. I don't know exactly which moon, if it's the full or the new, but it seems to be around both. I've noticed there's a lot more softies, like the new moon and the full moon. If you guys know when they molt, let me know. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's either the full moon or the new moon. So we'll throw them in there. This one was pretty close, so he passes on the official gauge. We're gonna double check this one too. Yeah, you good. If you guys have a girl, make sure you take her diving on the first date so you can see how she looks without makeup on, okay? Or swimming. One of the two. Alright guys, we made it back to the house. We got the boat all parked. We're gonna grab these lobsters.
Stay here.
Definitely want gloves because there's a reason they call them spiny lobster. So I'll show you guys something here. You see all those spines on them? Look how it's catching that glove. Look at that. See? Nice spiny lobster. And you can look, they even got right there. Those are the ones that'll get you real bad. A little swig of water. Do this real gently. We don't want to lose our lobster. Just like that. And then we're going to come over to the ice machine here. You want to do that again, huh? Alright, so our lobster should be dead. We'll take them, dump them in here. I'll show you guys. Take a knife, put it right here, just like that. Okay? What you're gonna do, twist, get rid of that head, and I got a little tool here. What this does is it takes the vein out. So take it, give it a twist. See that? We don't want that. Oh, it came back on. Oh, yeah.
Ew.
Just like that, we got one tail. It's the same thing. Grab another one. Take the head, twist. There's your vein. So you guys are probably wondering why I'm wearing gloves. You don't need gloves, but Eleanor was complaining that my hands were getting all rough. So, you know, I had to make her happy, you know, wear some gloves. Because if you start doing this day after day, not wearing gloves, your hands get like sandpaper, so. She likes those soft hands. So.
I do.
Yeah. And then when Atlas puts his head in there, I go like that. Oh! We almost
See?
lost one.
That's karma.
I would've went in and
You're
got
trying
it.
to mess with
went in
him.
and got it.
Would you?
Yeah, I would've
No.
took a dip. Yeah. So you can also use the antennas, but this thing's pretty sweet. It's only like 10 bucks. You can't beat it. You can break off an antenna, but this thing works way better. It's got a handle. You know, you get a little more grip on it, so. I'd recommend it. Give it a try. I will take the bucket. Right there. And come on, let's go to the kitchen. Okay, so we got our lobster. I took a couple of the lobster and I made a little lobster meat in there. And then what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna split them right in half, just like this. So get a good pair of shears, like that. Split that side. Split that side and right down the middle. Just like that. So we got a half there, just like that. Same thing, cut it right in half. A little bit more lemon, because you can't have too much. A little bit of lime. A little bit of lime in there too. Just like that. The same thing, a little bit of lemon on these ones. Take the other half of the lime, a little bit, not too crazy. And then we'll just season it up here. Just like that. We're gonna add a little bit in there too. All right, and we'll stir this all up. We'll add a little bit more seasoning in there, a little bit there. All right, you guys ready? We got butter today. We got butter. You can't talk bad no more, okay? We'll heat it up. So we'll do these big pieces first. We'll get that all melted up. Just like that, okay? We're gonna do shell side down, okay? And we're gonna fill this pan up. Just like that. Just like that, okay? And we're gonna let that cook, and then we're gonna put this in and a little bit of cream. We're gonna do it good style. I mean, it's fresh, so you can't mess it up, you know? As long as you don't overcook it. If you overcook lobster, then you're in trouble. There we go. And what is this right here?
Tomato sauce.
Tomato sauce?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. They're hot. Oh, good. They're hot. That's how you know lobster's fresh. You see it twitching? Right there? So that's the nose. You don't get any fresher than that. You got to catch them yourself to get them that fresh. A little bit more lemon, because you can't have enough lemon, right? All right, I'm gonna add a lid on there for a second. We'll let that steam up a little bit. Let it cook up. My chef skills. Yeah, we needed to start bringing this stuff to restaurants, and so we don't gotta cook it, you know? Been long enough?
It hasn't been 2 minutes.
No?
You got no patience.
I don't. That's why I'm not good at cooking. I have no patience.
Wait, I swear.
I got no patience. I told you. I will, you know, we got to do it, okay? So you guys don't get mad here. A little bit
Old
Old
Time
Bay.
steak?
Just a little bit Old Bay. You guys got to check this out. Come here. Look at that. Look at that right there. All right. Should we taste test it? Let's taste test it. It's got to be like a little piece, you know? Like that piece right there. See? Check that out. You want to try a piece, camera lady?
Sure. Is it hot?
Here.
It's good.
It's good?
Mm-hmm.
Best you ever had, huh? She said it's the best she's ever had.
I did not say that.
Best she's ever had, okay? Take a couple of those lobster pieces, kind of square them out. Like that. You know, a little bit. And then we'll take a couple whole ones, put them right on top. Just like that. There you go. How many are you gonna eat?
That's yours. This
Okay.
is your bowl.
Hold up. And then you gotta put a little bit of this sauce right in the middle. All right, we're gonna dig in and see how this is. Let's see what we got here. So we'll try the lobster up top. We're gonna try a little pasta in there too. Let's try. Man, that's good. Ooh, that's some cheese right there. Check that out. So we're gonna pull that right out. We got a little bit of sauce. We'll try it.
It's really good.
All right, cool.
I like it when you cut them in pieces because it's so much. Like I don't have to try to.
You don't have to take it off the shell. Yeah, but it's better for presentation. Yeah.
Yeah, but.
That's really good.
I see it goes really well with the tomato sauce. Have you tried it?
Oh.
No, maybe in the lobster.
Yeah, I'm gonna try it in a second.
It's called sauce à l'américaine.
What's it called?
Sauce à l'américaine. It's a French sauce.
Here, if you're nice. Oh, that's hot. Why is yours so hot?
Because you just took it out.
Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Good. We did the hard part. We got all the shells off here. Let's see. That's cool. Hey, so I'm gonna finish this nice meal. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Do me a favor, if you guys really liked it, you watched it till the end, you enjoyed it, go ahead and hype this video up. In YouTube, there's a new feature, it's called Hype. It helps small creators bump their video up, gives me a great help. So if you could hype this video, I'd really appreciate it. You have to be signed in on your mobile phone. Look under the like button. If you keep scrolling, there's a hype button. Go ahead and give me a hype, I'd appreciate that. And subscribe if you guys haven't already subscribed, and I appreciate you guys watching this video. And like always, this is Florida Aquaman, and I'm out till next time.